Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today is episode 25 of the Push to Top 100. And in this video, I'm going to be going over why I switched from Root Riders to Dragons and why I think you should as well if you want to place well in High Legends. So this is the army that I'm using right now. This is what I've recently switched to for the past, 3 or 4 days now. And I think I've gone perfect so far with it. I don't think I've failed an attack on either one of my accounts. This attack is really, really strong right now. And the key to why this is so successful is because it uses all of the new elements that have been added to the game. The Ice Block spell and also the new level to the Lava Hound, which also affects the Ice Hound. And it also is not an attack that is very baited in Legends. So if you guys are in, the top 1,000 in Legends, you'll know that roughly 90% of the attacks are Root Riders. And because of that, literally every single base is looking to defend Root Riders. And that makes it really, really tough because all the baits are designed to trap your RC walks, and it can lead to fails because of your funneling. Whereas in this case, because you have 11 invises, it's really, really hard to fail an RC walk just because of the flexibility that you have with redirects and just the pure value you'll get from your RC. So let's get right into the attacks. I'm going to do as best of a job as I can explaining this army, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. First base here. This is the Crispy base. I've hit this base a couple of times, so I'm just going to do it the same way. Because the two fire spitters are both facing down here, I'm going to enter from the top side, and then whichever way our RC walks, we'll enter our dragons opposite of that. So I'm going to try and place her to the top here. I'm hoping she'll go to the left side, just because the archer tower is on that side, and I'd much rather have the RC take out the archer towers than the cannons, because the cannons don't hit my dragons. And now what we'll do is we're just going to immediately... Actually, let's do one more Fox cycle here. And right after that, since our RC is a little bit low already, let's switch to a double Invis cycle. Meaning, I'm going to cover my RC at all times with the Invises. I think a key thing with this army is not to be too greedy with your Invises. Because you have so many, you kind of have the flexibility to, be safe with your RC. So in this case, I'm going to have her go in for this... fire spitter here. Gonna earthquake real quick, so she's going here, so I gotta react quickly. Pop that. Now she's going back down. We'll have her take the Inferno Tower, hopefully. Perfect. She's taking that out. Now we're gonna do a split here, setting our queen on this side to have her take this stuff out. Poison the CC, and we'll spread out our drags along the top side right here. We'll just spread them out because, we're not going to cover everything in our Warden ability, so it's better to have them funnel for each other here. And we can use the Ice Block spell on the Lava Hound to have it tank a bunch of damage and also pull traps and whatnot. So because you have the Ice Hound here with the Ice Block spell, it just makes it a lot easier. You can delay your Warden ability a little more until you reach an area where you get a lot more value with him, because you have the extra tanking for the air defenses and traps in the beginning. Since they're entering into a high damage area, let's use our Warden ability now, and we'll use the Minion Prince orb through the back end of the base when our Minion Prince starts targeting the Town Hall, just like that. And we can use the rest of the archers to pull or just funnel, sorry, not funnel, to do a little bit of cleanup on the back end. This base is going to be crushed, guys. Still have so many dragons left, and still have my Minion Prince here on the back end. This attack is fairly easy to execute. It's a little bit more risky than Roots, I would say, because you're not entirely sure of where your RC will go. But just pure power alone, I think it's a lot better because it's not being baited right now. Before we get into the next attack, just wanted to make a quick plug here. So I offer a base subscription where I build my own custom bases for you guys. And as you can see, my results have been absolutely amazing. This is some of the best defense I've had, this entire season. And actually, we defended CE Ghost today, who is a pro player. He's personal best is a top 5, and he's currently top 180 in the world. So if you guys want to get defensive results like that, make sure you go and check out my sub. All the information is in the Discord and the Patreon. Thanks, guys. All right, next base right here. What we're going to try and do is, usually I try and enter from this bottom side right here. And then maybe we can use the hook trick, or we can just have our RC path that way. Actually, I don't know though. Since there's a dead space right here and right here, I don't know. I'm not super confident which way my RC will go. So I might just have her enter into one of the rage comps, and then we can maybe do some fancy stuff to have her go for the hook tower here, because I think the hook tower is one of the key targets that you have to look for with dragons, um, because it can just pull your dragons every 5 seconds, instantly killing them. It's one of the more dangerous defenses on the map. So let's be safe with our invises here. Since we have so many, we can afford to use a few if we need to redirect her, or if we just, if you have an idea that she might go somewhere, you just use a redirect. It's totally fine. Since you have so many, it's much more worth it to not take any risks than to have her die on you. Like even here, for example. And now I want to pull her into the monolith and the hook tower here. So we're going to use the hook tower trick, have the RC get pulled here, and then we can invis her up here for her to just take this monolith and hook tower right here on the backside. Once this is taken out, it's pretty easy pathing. We can just send our dragons into the town hall. I'm going to poison the furnace right here, and then I'll arrow using my queen up here for that side, and we'll send our dragons through the top right here. Fortunately, I don't have the ice spell anymore because I used it in this hit for our RC, but it's totally fine. Just having the Ice Hound tanking as well is very strong. As you can see, freezing up the air defense right there. And that air defense and the Archer Tower definitely would have taken out more dragons than without having the Ice Hound there. We'll use the Warden ability since a lot of our drags are getting a little bit low on this backside right here. Queen is doing a great job up top. That's exactly what we want. We want her to path separately from our dragons, because if she goes with our dragons, then we can definitely run into time issues. This attack is a little bit slow because you're using so many invises on your RC walk. But because drags don't, deal with walls, it's fairly easy to power through the rest of the space quickly. And this is definitely going to be a triple here. Going to be a nice attack. We were able to adapt a little bit, even though our typical approach, I don't think would have worked because of the dead space on the base. But we were still able to be smart about our RC approach, get the value that we needed, and end with a triple here. All right, next attack here. This is an invis base. If I remember correctly, I think the traps are all on this top side right here, and we kind of want to path into the town hall. Honestly, the pathing looks pretty easy. We can just use one invis to redirect our RC into the town hall here. So I'm just going to start my RC on this side here. Whichever way she decides to go, we will use an invis to redirect her into the town hall. And because we have the ice block spell, we can just keep her in place while she, the invis, effect wears off. And then she'll just go straight for the core here afterwards. I'm thinking she'll go to the right side here. Okay, yeah, that looks right. We'll have her take this mortar right here. Maybe I think she'll go in now. Yeah, okay, looks good. We'll have her go in right here. And we'll just freeze her in place as the invis tower goes off. We don't really care about the damage on her. The ice spell takes off, like, I think close to 90 or above % of the damage. We can haste vial and earthquake through the core right here, making sure she's getting the big value on the base. And once this is taken out, I mean, there's not much left. There's really not much left for the dragons to have to deal with themselves. So that's exactly our goal with the RC here. We have her take out the big value on the base, and because we have the ice spell, we can be flexible with how we do that. Now we're going to air defense this, we're going to arrow this side so we don't have to deal with that air defense. So our Ice Hound's not going to path off in any way, and send our drags in this way. Ice Hound's doing a great job tanking the monolith and the air defense there. A lot of big damage. And that side's baited actually, so good thing we went for the other side since the tornado traps on that side. Not a lot of damage on this side right now, so we'll just save our warden ability for the backside. Using the invis to support our queen on that side because I don't want her to die straight from those double cannons right off the bat. And we can probably use a Valkyrie and the Headhunter here to try and take out some of these enemy heroes on the backside of the base. Let's use our warden ability now since dragons are under fire from some key defenses here, and we can just position our minion prince to fire through the backside of the base here, hitting a lot of big value defenses. And I think this should be a triple as well. It's a little bit closer than I would have thought, to be honest, just because, I mean, we got such good value with our RC. But I think this is still gonna pull through pretty easily here. Doesn't really matter how we use our archers and minion. We'll just throw that at the top right now. And then yeah, there's pretty much only 2 air targeting defenses, just that multi-cannon and the archer tower here. On invis bases in general, I think the key with dragons is just to make sure that you can find a section where you can easily redirect your RC into the core and use the ice block to effectively take out the invis compartment. And that's another reason why we're using the ice block here. It's not just for the hound, it's also for invis comps. Next hit here, this is a double rage. The key stuff that we have to take out here, definitely need to look at the hook tower in the middle here, because that could be very dangerous, and also the town hall compartment. I think even though it's a little bit risky, let's path our RC into the town hall compartment here. Just gonna send her here, have her go in. Ooh, unfortunately, let's just stay safe here. Actually, it's good that I did that because the fox actually instantly died here. Gonna just have our RC take this compartment here. We'll actually haste up so the builders can't do too much here. Have her take this compartment in the core, and then we can pull our RC inside with the... Oh, that's a little bit scary. She might go down here, actually. Go down as in, like, you know, entering the bottom side. not dying. I'm gonna use the hook trick again. Pull the RC into the core here. Invis her so she can take the hook tower and mono. This is a really key play that you guys should be doing on these bases, because with the hook tower and mono, they can just be an absolute menace to your dragons on the backside of the base. But with the way that we're dealing with it here, we can easily just take those out and not have to deal with that. Arrow the backside air defense here. I only want my ice hound going to this side. Then we send in the rest of our drags. We can just use the poison on the heroes on the backside of the base here. Because there's not really much CC to deal with. Our RC was able to take that out with her aura. Let's see. Honestly, not a lot of damage, so we're gonna stay patient with our warden ability here. Now since the drags are getting a little bit lower, pulling some traps, let's use that. And we can minion prince through the backside rage tower. That should definitely be good value for us. We can start with a little bit of cleanup as well. But because we're doing this approach with the queen opposite to our dragons, usually one of the biggest issues with dragons is time. That's definitely something you do have to look out for. But because we're using this new approach here that people are doing, this is definitely not going to be as big of an issue. Going to be able to pull through with this base as well here. I'll just throw in the minion there, maybe distract some air defenses. And yeah, this is definitely the approach with this base right here. Because the hook tower is connected to the town hall, we can path our RC inside with the invises, or in this case, since there were Teslas there, we can also just use the hook trick. Next base right here. This is a popular base from last season. This is the rank 1 players base, actually, I think. So here's what I'm thinking. We can path into the town hall here. Even though the hook tower is very dangerous on the backside, it's only level 3. We can actually just take that out with an arrow. So let's do that. Let's path our RC down this way. We want her to go in for the town hall. So let's use an invis. And then as she paths in here, we're going to be safe with our invises here. I'm not trying to risk anything. Somehow I let my RC take so much damage already. That's really not a good play on my part. But it's alright. We'll just quake the town hall here. Even though it's only one building, the value alone from the quake on the town hall is so much, because the town hall is such a high HP building. It's definitely worth it to use it on that. I think it's around 10,000 health, so we took away 3,000 health just from that one earthquake. Now we're using our RC here, getting some good value on this backside, taking out a bunch of high value defenses here, and we're just funneling pretty much for our drags here as much as possible. And we'll have her take this air defense here, and that's pretty much all the value that we need. Let's even though there's a sweeper, I think the hook tower is bigger value. Oh, I actually missed that, but it's okay. Send in our drags on this bottom side here, and in this case we can use the ice block on the ice hound. So right there, look at all the defenses that are wasting their time on the ice hound. It's such good value to have that. Those defenses would have definitely shredded my dragons, and now even when the ice hound dies, it can freeze up some of those defenses, so it's really good value for us. If there's a furnace, we're going to poison the furnace there, because that damage can really add up on our dragons, and we really don't want them to, you know, take too much damage at the start here. Let's use the Minion Prince ability now. Or sorry, we're using the Warden ability now, and we'll Minion Prince through the backside of the base here. Let's do that right when she targets this Fire Spitter, because that's hitting a bunch of big value defenses here. Queen's still doing good work up top, taking out a multi-archer tower. That's pretty good value for our dragons. Unfortunately, our drags are doing not too hot in the middle of the base here. Hopefully they're able to pull through. Yeah, this is looking a little bit rough right now. I think those two Fire Spitters on the backside, even though they're both facing the same direction, they're still hitting our drags pretty hard. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to triple this one, honestly. This giant staying alive probably is gonna be pretty clutch for us here. Can take out a bunch of stuff on his own. We still have a decent amount of time. Maybe we can use this minion to distract a little bit. Fortunately, Minion Prince goes down. This might be a time fail, or we might be able to pull through here. Just depends on what value our Warden and the last remaining dragon can get. I'll definitely have to watch this back, see what we can do better next time. I think we're still gonna get it here, just because. Here, let's use this Headhunter to clean up that backside. This is definitely a little bit closer than I would have liked, but we're still going to be able to pull through with a nice triple here. Next base right here, this is a Wolfie base. I hit this base like 5 times in a row in one video. I was planning on uploading that one, but because we just hit the same base over and over and over, I just decided, nah, like it's not worth it. I know these top sides are baited here, so we might just do a pure power, I guess, approach here. We're going to enter into the bottom side and just enter our drags from the behind the two Fire Spitters, taking out as much value as we can here with our RC, and we're just going to overwhelm the base. Instead of using pathing or anything, we just focus on getting value with our RC walk. And let's use the next invis here. RC's going a little bit off here. I'm a little bit scared she's going to go the wrong way, so I'm just going to do this. Poisoning the CC, and I'll pull the CC to the other side, because I don't want my RC getting stuck on those ice columns. Alright, this is looking good. RC's actually going in here. No, never mind. He's not going in. Oh wow, she died. Okay, that is not great for us, but it's okay. We're going to try and arrow this sweeper on the backside. Unfortunately, I miss. Not the end of the world. We'll continue pathing, or we'll continue throwing in our dragons on this side. We'll use the ice block and the ice hound there, tank a bunch of damage, and hopefully we'll be able to pull through with this. Because we're facing no Fire Spitters, hopefully that will be better, and we have still 3 invises that we can use on our dragons here. Definitely didn't get the value that I wanted with my RC. Let's use the Warden ability now, since there's a lot of big damage here, and we might actually even use the Minion Prince ability on this side right here when he starts targeting the cannon. Yeah, let's use that on the Town Hall as well. That's pretty good value. We'll send the Valkyrie on the top. Unfortunately, there's a Troll Tesla. Hopefully that's not a big issue, because our super minions and Queen should be able to clean that up. And we'll see where we can use let's use the invis right here. Yeah, that's a decent amount of damage. Let's use another one here on the drags, because they're under a bunch of fire. And let's see where we can use the last one. Let's use it here again, just because that's so much damage right there. Unfortunately, this is looking pretty rough as well. Damn, we've had 2 back-to-back pretty bad attacks, honestly. I think the approach was definitely just wrong on this one. Hopefully my minions can go down and take this Tesla here, because that might lead to some time issues. I don't think a Headhunter and minion can take that out by itself. I think we're good on power here. Oh, perfect. We need to support this minion here, and we need to take that out for sure. The Sneezy and Minion Prince might be able to clean up the rest here. Oh my god, that's perfect. That's perfect. We gotta pray this is enough power. Definitely still gonna be high percent. We just gotta see what we can get here with the remaining time. It might be a time fail. Definitely a bad approach though. I might have to look at this again. This is not the normal approach I use on this base, but sometimes it's a little bit close, so I try and switch up my how I go about attacking it. In this case, definitely not the right way to do it. Should have just stuck to the normal way, where I usually RC walk behind the 2 Fire Spitters. Damn, this is going to be unfortunate. I think this is a time fail here. Yeah, it looks like 99% maybe. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's so close. All right, next base here. This is a crispy base. I usually just try and enter into the monolith here. And we can have the hook pull our RC into the core. Might have to do some redirects, but we'll see. I know there's Teslas on this entry here. But we want to send our RC into the monolith. Take the rage compartment. I might just do this. Have her go in. Ooh, getting stuck on that, but it's fine. Have her take the monolith right here. Gonna continue having her path in. Maybe go for the air defense here. Perfect. We'll have one more Fox cycle. Actually, we're good here. Not too much damage. Ooh, unfortunately she's going out. That's really not great for us. We want her to go in here for this compartment, but maybe our Fox can die. That's actually good for us. Maybe we freeze our RC here. Can she get hooked? She does not. Unfortunately, does not get hooked. Wow, this is really, really bad value for us. Today is not looking too hot for us today. But hopefully we're still able to pull through here. Ooh. Really, really bad RC walk on our part here. Let's just see what we can do. I'm still gonna send my queen on this side here. Have her take that. Usually this base is pretty crushed, so hopefully the same approach can still work. I really don't want a 1-star here. That would be pretty bad. But we'll see. Let's just hope that our troops can pull through with this. Not the greatest Spirit Walk value here, but with some good abilities here, we should be able to do decently well. Just Warden soon, like in this area right now. I think this is a triple ice CC, which is actually pretty good for us, because that means that if our queen doesn't pull the CC, then our drags can just deal with that. Oh no, this is not looking good, guys. This might be a 1-star here. Let's hope that it's not. RC through this backside. Yeah, it's a triple ice. That's very unfortunate. Can our queen even go in here? Ooh, this is rough, guys. This is really rough. I think I wasted my headhunter as well. Dragon's still working up top. Let's use this minion to distract the air defense. Definitely a bit closer. Queen's doing a great job taking out that Fire Spitter. That's a really big value for us here. And this is why we use the Phoenix on the minion prince here. Without that, Town Hall definitely would not go down here. But I think we actually might pull through with this one. With the Sneezy on the Town Hall. And still 2 drags up. Hopefully they can clutch up, take this back, and cannon out. I don't know if that's enough damage here, but if not, it's still going to be a pretty close hit. High 90% fail here if we don't. Hopefully. Damn, some really close hits today. This is gonna be an intense video. Oh, I don't think it's gonna happen, guys. This is gonna be a 99. Unfortunate. It happens. And the last hit here. Luckily, this is a pretty classic base. Pathing into the monolith here is pretty solid, so as long as there's no crazy Teslas, we should be able to just get in there, get some good value. Start right here. All right, Teslas. Not bad. Let's continue. Just have her push in here. Earthquake this. Immediately switch to a double cycle because I don't want to risk her taking a lot of damage. This area is very high damage, and so I don't want her to, die right off the bat. This is really great value for us, so we don't want to risk it at all. Single cycling for everything here. Oh wow, RC goes up here. I mean, that's not the end of the world. We'll have her take this compartment, and it's totally fine as well. She's gonna take out the furnace actually by herself, which is great, and the ice golem as well. See if we can get any more value here. Probably not too much. We might as well just save the last invis. She's not gonna take the town hall there, so gonna do this, take that side, and we'll use the rest of our drags on this bottom side right now. Using the ice spell probably when let's just use her right now. Protect that hound a little bit, and when it walks forward, it will trigger a bunch of traps hopefully, and that will be great for us. Let's use the warden ability soon. Let's use it right now. Let's use it now. Yeah, see, as you can see right there, freezing up everything. That's huge value. And we can use the invis on our queen here, since she'll be under a bunch of fire from a lot of these big defenses. When the minion prince turns in, let's use the minion prince right now. Perfect. Yeah, this is good. This is definitely going to be a triple. Nice. All right, yeah. Unfortunately, at 312 day, I guess I guess in this day it's actually pretty fortunate that it was a 312 day because we had some really close hits. Definitely some bad plays on my part with the RC walks. That's pretty much the only thing that can go wrong with this attack. But still, we were able to pull through with a nice day. We're gonna have a pretty positive day today, and hopefully we'll end the day in the top 100. Let's take a look. Right now, we are currently ranked 82 in the world. Yeah, pretty good. Like to see that, and we have a nice 312 day today. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.